What? Fascia? What are you doing here? Hey guys, DB right here, and today I am continuing Fascia Week. Yep, I am officially calling this Fascia Week. A week of non-stop what if Fascia survived what ifs, with a brand new one to be recorded on the very last day of Fascia Week. I thought, why not? Let's make an event out of this. And why not, since I've got more of the story still fresh in my head, may as well just keep going. So today I am obviously continuing with what if Fascia survived, and what quite a doozy journey it has been with Fascia surviving the events that claimed her planet, being forced to go to the planet Earth and look for little Kakarot, the son of her leader, Bardock. I'm pretty sure Bardock was also the Saiyan she was crushing on, if it is to be believed. I mean, after all, up until Gine was introduced, everyone thought Fascia was the mother of Goku. So it's kind of interesting to sort of put Fascia, almost a mother figure for Goku, as she joined in for the events of Dragon Ball, assisting right up to the King Piccolo saga, playing a really good hand in the downfall of King Piccolo, and Kakarot showing up and more or less finishing the job. Well, now continuing where that left off, well, Goku has since returned to Master Korin, who has since thought of a bit of a plan on how maybe they'll be able to bring the other guys back, even though King Piccolo destroyed the dragon. Well, Bub, it looks like you're just gonna have to take a trip upstairs and talk to the man who created the Dragon Balls. He'll be able to restore them for you. Ah, really? Yeah, you just need to put your power pole up there and away you go. Hey, my power pole? Really? Well, that's what it was built for. It was a way so people could journey up who have earned the right to meet Kami, the Guardian of Earth. Uh-oh, I don't have my power pole. Yes, just like in the original, Goku forgot his power pole, but luckily for him, Fascia and Tien picked it up, so it's there at Kame House. So Goku does search where he battled with King Piccolo at first, trying to find it, but he can't find it, but he realized, maybe one of the others picked it up for him. So he goes off to Kame House, and there's Fascia and Tien. They're all happy to greet Goku once again. I need my power pole. Has anyone seen my power pole? Hey, don't worry, Kakarot. I knew you probably might need that again, so I picked it up for you. It's right over there. And well, Kakarot grabs it, and he's just about to pretty much run off and leave there and tell everyone tells everyone the plan. He's going to go see the Guardian of Earth and get him to resurrect the dragon, so they can bring everyone back. And he looks to Fascia, takes his hand out. Fascia, come with me. You should come meet the Guardian of Earth too. If anyone else has earned the right to go see him, it's definitely you. And Fascia just sort of blushing a bit and just sort of agrees to go with him. Blushing? Why is Fascia blushing? Well, you remember they had Goku and Fascia had 3 years together? Well, let's just say Fascia, even though she doesn't really show it, she has started to develop somewhat feelings towards Kakarot. Even though he's still what, 15 years old at the moment, but it won't be long till he's of adult age, and well, Kakarot is becoming more and more like his father every day, especially in the looks department. So Fascia can't help but actually find herself being smitten with Goku. And so she goes with him gladly, and they return to Korin's tower. And this is where Fascia is actually introduced to Korin for the first time, him being a cat. And she's just doing her best not to laugh. This is a hermit master who taught you the skills to be Tao Pai Pai. She just can't help it. She's just doing her best to stop herself from not bursting out in laughter. you admit, Master Korin's appearance is very funny. But with that, they are both on their way up to meet the Guardian of Earth, having to hold on and take that trip. And well, with that, they more or less end up there, and they are greeted by Mr. Popo. And of course, Goku showing the bell to confirm that they have indeed been sent up by Master Korin. But of course, he does do that whole, oh, if you want to see Kami, you got to get past me first. And well, as it turns out, even though Fascia is a lot stronger than Popo, she's not having much luck really hitting the genie because of just her lack of experience in terms of the martial arts side of things. You know, she still uses a lot of energy on moving and thinking and all that, rather than just moving and, you know, being able to hit Popo. So they go through that bell training that they went through, but Kami more or less deciding to make an exception and meets the two anyway, and does agree to resurrect the dragon on the condition that both of them stay there and train for 3 years. And they warn them that Piccolo did spew off one final trick, his offspring, Piccolo Junior, who intends to challenge them at the next Tenkaichi Budokai. And well, the whole training up in Kami's lookout was to you know, prevent Piccolo from attacking Goku while he's sleeping or whatever. And well, seeing the potential these two Saiyans have, these two could definitely save the Earth, and who knows, may end up, you know, even succeeding Kami as Guardian someday. And well, so with that, they agree to begin this training. Now, if you think that 3 years, Goku and Fascia bonding 3 years was something where Fascia developed a more maternally love for Kakarot, well, it's gonna be a lot more intense this time around, because after all, Kakarot's only getting more older and getting closer to adulthood. And well, it's not like Fascia is related to him. And well, so that more or less happens, the dragon is resurrected, and everyone in the martial arts society is brought back, along with Krillin, Roshi, everyone else that King Piccolo had destroyed. And well, they're told that they will more or less see them in 3 years. And well, as for Goku and Fascia's training, well, it's quite intense, especially with the two Saiyans battling each other, and yeah, their sparring sessions nearly wreck and trash the entire lookout. And this is where Kami gets the bright idea to actually put them in the Room of Spirit and Time, just like he does with Goku in the original. And as we know, in the original, Goku couldn't even last a month in there. He went, you know, he almost went completely insane in the original when Kami threw in there. But this time, he's got Fascia in there with him. So yeah, if they got to step out earlier, Fascia can sort of pull the plug. But because there's two of them in there, Goku and Fascia do last a bit longer. Do they do the full year? Well, no, they manage about 6 months. They do about half of that first year before both of them start really feeling the effects of the place. And well, with that, they emerge from the Room in Spirit and Time, and they continue throughout all the rest of their drills throughout the next 3 years. And meanwhile, Fascia and Goku just get even more closer in the timeline, and you can just tell there is there's something happening between the two. It's that maternal love that Fascia felt for Goku, much in the way that Bulma sort of felt for Goku when they first met, has more grown into a more mature love. Well, in terms of how Saiyans view love anyway. And well, with that, the 3 years come and go, and it is time for the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. And well, rest assure you, they're all surprised to see Goku, who's now fully grown, Yep, he still has his tail. Just to let you know, he does still have his tail in this timeline. Fascia would not allow Kami to remove it. It's part of their Saiyan heritage. You know, a Saiyan without a tail is not really much of a Saiyan at all. You know, losing your tail was like a disgrace, just about. So yeah, she wouldn't allow Kami to remove it. But, you know, they do promise to wear sunglasses whenever there's a full moon out so they don't turn into rampaging monkeys and kill a bunch of people. After all, in terms of the Great Ape transformation, Fascia is still doesn't have as much control of it, at least not to the point like how Bardock and Prince Vegeta have control over it. Fascia never remembers anything after she does that. She's still at that sort of weak power level and mentality. Same with Goku. Now, are you wondering that if Goku's actually stronger in this timeline than he is in the original? Yes, and quite a bit so. At this point, well, Fascia herself is approaching nearly the 3,000 mark. She was 2,000 when she first learned Earth. She's now about 3,000. Goku is more or less approaching between the 1,500 to 2,000 mark. So at this point, he could actually battle Raditz one-on-one. And well, more or less, the tournament pretty much goes off per normal, with the addition of Fascia entering the tournament too, who comes face to face with Mercenary Tao. Unfortunately, yes, this would have meant if Mercenary Tao hadn't have been there, Fascia would have had to have faced Chaozu in the preliminaries. There was only so many spots, but Tao eliminated Chaozu first and injured him, just like in the original. And well, this is where Fascia steps in and pretty much beats Mercenary Tao, or Cyborg Mercenary Tao, within the inch of his life, and eliminates him. Don't worry, I didn't kill him. He's just not going to be waking up anytime soon. After all, she heard all about Mercenary Tao from stories that Goku told within that first 3 years they were together before the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai. So yes, she's been wanting to get her hands on him. And well, with that, the preliminaries pretty much wrap up, and well, with that, you pretty much got Goku battling with Anonymous, so yes, you get that whole thing sort of playing out. However, the difference being that after Chi-Chi reveals who she really is, Goku basically turns her down and said that you know, he has feelings for another, and looks to Fascia, and Fascia's just sort of standing there, blushing. And Chi-Chi's just sort of a bit heartbroken by it, but then she's basically just trying to then chat up Yamcha. And Bulma's not really liking that too much, you could imagine. But DB Rai, why are you being such a Chi-Chi hater? Well, now don't get me wrong, I am a Chi-Chi fan as well, but I just sort of feel with the development that we did with Fascia, it kind of be made useless if I had Goku sort of end up with Chi-Chi. I just don't think it's sort of naturally with how naturally Goku's relationship with Fascia formed, rather than this Chi-Chi, who he's only seen 2 or 3 times in the whole story, and Chi-Chi expecting him to just be in love with her. You know, I'm basically keeping the realism here, or as far as realism is anyway. So with that, you get Tien Shinhan versus Fascia, which was actually match 1, sorry. Match 1 was Tien Shinhan versus Fascia, Fascia winning. It was still a pretty interesting fight, but with her overwhelming power, there was no way. But she was only using her tournament level power. You know how Goku references that in the manga? Yeah, well, yeah, tournament level power, so the fights are still pretty much interesting. But if she wanted to, she could have beaten Tien in 1 hit. But, you know, that's hardly fair. Keep it sporting. And, well, Tien realizing, he loses happily. He realizes, yeah, he's got a long way to go. I will beat you Saiyans one day. That's a promise. I look forward to that, Tien. And well, with that, like I said, we had Goku versus Chi-Chi, and we saw how that panned out. So now it's Hero versus Yamcha, and well, yeah, Hero, also aka being the disguised Kami, and we know how that played out with Yamcha losing quite humiliatingly. And well, with that, we now head through Piccolo Junior versus Krillin, and that also ends exactly the same way. And then you get the semi-final match between Goku and Fasha, which is now this is an intense fight. Two Saiyans going at it, and it feels a lot. Kami knows this feeling all too well. It's very much like how their sparring sessions went in the tournament. And that's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much just a glorified sparring session. However, Fascia is taking this a bit more seriously because the winner is going to have to deal with Junior. And well, more or less, Fascia actually gets the win here and actually knocks Goku out of the ring, advancing to the finals, while Hero and Junior have their all-out battle, and Piccolo, of course, unmasking Kami, and then Kami having to resort to trying to use the Martha Bar to capture Junior. And well, we know how that ended up, with Piccolo reversing it on Kami and ultimately winning the match against Hero. And well, with that, with Goku being eliminated from the tournament, this would mean that no matter what, he's safe from Junior at this point, because now it is Fascia battling with Piccolo Junior, and just like before, he swallows the bottle and all that, and everyone tells everyone the truth that Junior is really King Piccolo reincarnated, and well, the entire battle between Fascia and Junior goes off without a hitch, and well, Fascia is not holding back at all, and yeah, this is a pretty one-sided battle for Junior. He is not having a good time at all, and Fascia hits him in the gut so hard, he ends up perking up the bottle before being knocked out of bounds and just completely out of it. And well, Fascia is thinking of, now that Piccolo's out of the ring, she can just now destroy Junior, put an end to this nightmare once and for all, but this is where Kakarot pipes up and stops her, going, "You can't do that. If you kill him, you'll kill Kami as well. And if you kill him, the Dragon Balls will be useless. What if we need them again sometime?" And this actually does get through to Fascia. After all, Fascia doesn't want to kill Kami. And, yeah. With that, and Kami just going, "I wish Popo hadn't have told you that, Goku." And well, Krillin goes, "Hey, hand me a sensu bean here," and gives it to Piccolo. "My reason for helping you was simple. I never got to fight you, and I really wanted to. So, next time, enter this tournament again, and I'll face you for sure." And well, with that, he's like, "You may regret this one day, Goku." "I am not going to change." Piccolo flying off, and well, after that, Goku and Fascia end up getting married. Now, there is a little something that happened within this 3-year time skip that I was going to mention, but I actually ended up forgetting, so backtracking a little bit. Fascia actually did use the Dragon Balls during the 3-year time period to actually reduce 20 years of her age. Why did she do that? Well, she simply wants to grow old with Goku. And remember, Saiyans don't start really aging, showing signs of aging until they hit their 80s. That's when they start losing their power and becoming, out of their prime. They're able to fight longer because they age a lot slower, at least until they hit that 80 gap where they just sort of rapidly age. And this way, at least she can sort of cross that journey together with Goku. So, bit of a romantic gesture on her part. So with that, Fascia and Goku get married, and 3 years out of the 5 years, there is yet another Tenkaichi Budokai, where Goku's more or less gets to win that one. He never battles Junior. Junior does not enter it. It's just Goku and his friends again. Fascia not really entering it. Fascia only entered it that time because the world was at stake. So Goku and the others were able to fight in the tournament fairly, with Goku becoming the strongest under the heavens. And well, two years later, we now head into the events of Dragon Ball Z, and Gohan has indeed been born, with being the pure Saiyan son of Fascia and Goku, and the first pure Saiyan natural birth since before King Cold had enslaved them, before they had those nursing capsules that did all the work for them. And well, as for Gohan's latent potential, well, it's actually pretty high. He's actually got more potential here than what he does in the original, being the son of two Saiyans who are reasonably strong. And of course, we all know what Goku's potential is like. And well, with that, they are beginning to head off with the reunion of Roshi. And just to clarify, Gohan, of course, being pure Saiyan, and both his parents being pure Saiyan, Gohan does indeed train a lot and is quite the capable warrior himself, just like any other Saiyan before him. And well, if you're thinking that he's dumb or doesn't have an education, well, think again, because Bulma's always actually visiting. Fascia doesn't forbid Goku from visiting his friends or anything like that. And Gohan does show interest in, what Bulma does and things like that, so he does get quite a decent education. Plus, you also got Fascia there, who's like an endless encyclopedia on other planets and things like that, and how ships work and things like that, so Gohan is getting a decent education. In fact, a better education than I'd say the original Gohan gets. But he's allowed to train and tap into his full potential. And well, meanwhile, of course, a certain other being has now arrived on planet Earth. That would be the other son of Bardock, Raditz. And Raditz is scanning around. He scans a nearby high power level, this being Piccolo, and that whole thing plays out like normal. Raditz about to destroy Piccolo when he detects this other power level that's stronger than Piccolo's, and yet there seems to be a couple of them. How come there's more people with power levels like this? This doesn't make any sense. But Raditz is flying off to investigate it, and if he's lucky, Kakarot, his brother Kakarot, will be among them. And of course he is. And well, when he finally lands and Fascia senses this energy coming, she can't help but feel that this energy is somewhat familiar to her. Just something she's sensed before, but she can't quite place it. And well, needless to say, it is another Saiyan. It is Raditz, the older brother of Goku. And Raditz is going that, "Oh, Goku, Kakarot, why haven't you blown up the planet? You're supposed to annihilate these planets. I'll be back here tomorrow with a head count, blah, 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 blah." Raditz giving Kakarot a big lecture on the importance of conquering planets and why it's a Saiyan's duty to do so. However, this is when Fascia steps out, hearing the commotion that's going on. What? Fascia? What are you doing here? I thought you died with our planet when the meteor hit. Uh-oh, Fascia, you have some explaining to do. And well, at this moment, suddenly things are becoming full circle for Fascia. The moment that Fascia has been dreaming of is close approaching, because if Raditz has survived and come here trying to recruit Kakarot into the Frieza force, this means Frieza is about to come back to the fold. And well, it's like, I hate to tell you this, Raditz, but you were misinformed. I assume someone's listening in on that scouter of yours. Raditz sort of taken back by this. Yeah, Prince Vegeta and Nappa are listening on their scouter frequency. So Prince Vegeta survived, hey? Along with Nappa. I actually owe Nappa a knuckle sandwich. And well, Nappa and Vegeta are just listening to this, speechless that there's another Saiyan there. And this is where Fascia reveals to Raditz that there was no asteroid that destroyed Planet Vegeta. It was Frieza the entire time. What? Frieza? How could he? We did all that work for him. Well, I hate to tell you this, but it didn't matter the work we did. He saw our strength as a threat and decided to get rid of it. You, me, Kakarot, Nappa and Vegeta are all that remain of the Saiyan race, and it is our duty to avenge our race. It is our duty to surpass Frieza and bring an end to his terror once and for all. And well, Raditz, being his cautious nature, he doesn't really want to oppose Frieza, and more or less, Nappa and Vegeta, yeah, they're already getting into their pods and on their way to the planet. And Raditz just trying to act up. I don't see how we're supposed to face off against Frieza. Kakarot, a mere power level of 300, and you only a mere 2,000? You're only a little bit higher than me. And well, well, allow us to introduce you to something. And with that, Fascia and Kakarot power up, and Raditz's scouter is going through the roof. Goku, who is pushing beyond 2,500, now stronger than Raditz, who's only about 1,200, and Fascia, who was pushing nearly 5,000. She'd be stronger than Nappa at this point. And Nappa's scouters and Vegeta's scouters are also going off. Well, not necessarily going off, sorry. More or less they're overhearing Raditz calling back the power level numbers. And they are shocked by this. You know, Goku, a mere power level of 2, has managed to push his power level to 2,500. Meanwhile, you got Fascia at a mere power level of 4,700, nearly 5,000. This is unbelievable. And well, there's a bit of a grin coming on there with Vegeta. Maybe we can beat Frieza after all, Nappa. Yeah, you said it. If a couple of low-class losers can achieve power like that, imagine what we could do. Alright, Raditz here. Listen up. You let Fascia and Kakarot know that we're on our way. And we will talk terms with them. And this is to everyone's surprising, including Raditz. And Raditz figure, you're really considering this? And well, yes. And so, with that, they'll be there within the year, and Fascia deciding that's probably a good idea to get the rest of the Dragon team up to speed, and begin training just in preparation that talks go bad and they got to end up fighting with the same Prince and Nappa. And Raditz more or less is willing to train and more or less do the same. After all, he can't really stand how Raditz and Nappa treat him. So if it's possible for him to train and get stronger than they are before they get here, just in case, you know, things do go south, Raditz will, and he will take the side that's more or less going to win. And seeing what his brother Goku is capable of, Fascia and even little Gohan there, he'd be an idiot not to side with the Dragon team. So with that, they do commence training together, and along with the entire Dragon team, and the training is actually very fruitful. And well, meanwhile, Kami's sort of sensing what is going on here, and after all, since Saiyans do respect strength, he's more or less got to do something about this. And so, since no one's actually using the Dragon Balls at this point, Kami actually gathers up the Dragon Balls and he asks Shenron to awaken the full potential of the entire Dragon Team, including Raditz, Goku and Fascia, and this rapidly increases training and not to mention their overall potential. So this pretty much puts Fascia and Goku on a level where they could they together could match Prince Vegeta if they had to, and Raditz could easily make sport of Nappa, and the rest of the Dragon Team are more or less getting their potentials awakened as well, and this actually makes for better training sessions because now they're stronger, they can train longer, and they can really, really benefit from it. And more or less, the year had passed, and Nappa and Vegeta had arrived, and this is where things become to get a bit more interesting with the little talks between Nappa and Vegeta. Vegeta sort of scoffing at this whole thing, being fooled by the Scours. Bunch of weaklings, and you're all gonna take on Frieza? I don't think so. Don't be fooled by those Scouters, boys. We're actually more than capable of taking on the both of you right here and now. Well, I'll tell you what, Fascia, I accept your challenge. And well, Nappa and Vegeta do power up, and there is a fight between Vegeta, Nappa, and the entire Dragon Team, but it's not a battle to the death. It's just a battle, see where everyone's at sort of thing. It's not a serious battle to the death, and Vegeta and Nappa are just they're beyond words that these guys were able to just catch up to him like that. And Nappa and Vegeta are more or less impressed by this, and well, don't worry, they're not stupid. They've taken off their Scouters. They don't want Frieza to hear any of this. After all, Frieza could just turn up and then just blow up the planet. But needless to say, Fascia's plan and desire to avenge the Saiyan race is finally coming under tuition, and, well, it'll be a nice family adventure. Her and her husband, Goku, or Kakarot, could avenge the Saiyan race together with Prince Vegeta, Nappa, and the older brother, who she used to make fun of a lot growing up, Raditz. Yes, when Fascia sometimes dropped in on Bardock, or when Bardock's crew would go to their mess hall, Fascia would make fun of Raditz a lot, giving him noogies and making fun of how weak he was, but she was all in good fun, you know, not to the level of making fun of him and dissing him the way Nappa and Vegeta do. And well, they're even equally surprised that Raditz has even started to catch up to Vegeta and Nappa. So really, their next step really is to plan an assault, start liberating planets, and eventually more or less take out Frieza. And this is where Bulma actually pipes up with an idea. Vegeta, is it? Yes. What is a woman? Well, how about you actually lend me one of your space pods and we can... So sorry, what was I saying? I had a bit of a slight interruption there. Oh yeah, this is where Bulma pipes up and says that she has an idea involving one of their space pods. Vegeta, can I borrow one of your space pods? We can... My, father's company, Capsule Corp, is actually working on space travel right now. If we actually, take, your engines and necessary parts from your space pods, we'd be able to build bigger ships that can actually fit everybody in, along with a grav chamber, and that'll allow you guys to train, and I think that might be useful if you're going to take on this Frieza. Not bad, woman. My name is Bulma, and don't you forget it. Alright, very well then. Bulma. We will definitely take that under consideration. So, when do you think that'll be ready? Well, if we get started right away, I could have it up in a couple of weeks, maybe a month at the absolute latest. It's not a bad idea at all. And well, meanwhile, the, more or less, as the month goes by and, everyone is just continuing with their training, and Nappa and Vegeta, and they can't help but be impressed with the, potential of the Earthlings, you know, just like very much how Fascia was impressed by them when she first saw them. You know, they can actually raise their power levels at will, learn to sense energy and all that. This is something Vegeta and Nappa will have to learn in order to be able to get the drop on Frieza. So they're more or less interested in learning the martial arts way of doing things. And, well, just for laughs, Roshi's putting them through the entire Turtle Hermit training camp. Yep, the shells and everything. They are starting from everything. Vegeta and Nappa thinking this is a complete joke, but however, they do reap a sort of benefit from it, especially in the terms of meditation, the mystical side of martial arts, and they actually learn how to sense energy, and indeed, in time, learn to raise and lower their power level. And now, it is blast off time for everyone. It is time to venture out in space, and yeah. And well, yeah, to begin the counter-assault and finally take this war to Frieza. And I think that's actually where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this story? I know, not what you thought I was going to do, eh? Yes, I tried to keep DragonBall up as much as I can, but you just got to realize, because Raditz has had a relationship with Fascia, it was more or less more believable that they'd believe Fascia when they say Frieza blew up their planet along with their entire race, and this would actually convince Nappa and Vegeta to more or less join them and join the Dragon Team rather than oppose them. So, once again, as always, leave your comments in the comments section. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again next time. I'm actually quite enjoying doing these nearly 40-minute double what if videos. If you're enjoying those more than just mere 10 to 20-minute ones that I normally do, let me know, because I'm more than happy to do more of those ones in the future. Alright, catch you later. See you around.